The top stories. The minibus driver involved in yesterday's fatal accident is charged with dangerous driving. TriMart at Haggatt Hall is closing, leaving an uncertain future for dozens of workers. More ambulances are on the way for the QE8, and we have the weekend entertainment package. Welcome to Nation News for Friday, January the 10th, 2014. I'm Bertram Niles.
You want your loved ones around to celebrate, especially those living far. And with Digicel Top-Up, Dad can help you bring life to the party and be part of the celebration. Ask him to send you Digicel Minutes. Receive free instant additional credit. Stay connected here and there. Ask your family abroad to send Digicel Minutes today.
Police have charged the minibus driver in yesterday's fatal collision at Eagle Hall. 37-year-old Kelvin Hall of Early Tenantry Road, Hindsoul, St. Michael, has been charged with 4 serious traffic offences following the accident which involved the minibus and a transport board bus. A minibus passenger, George Anthony Blackman, died at the scene. Mr. Hall was due in court today to answer the charges of dangerous driving, driving without due care and attention, driving without reasonable consideration, and failing to comply with traffic lights. Police spokesman Inspector David Welch says investigations are continuing. Meanwhile, the emergency services have been praised for their work at the bus collision site at Eagle Hall. The head of the Accident and Emergency Department of the QEH, Dr. David Barr, headed the medical response team.
You would have seen personnel from the agencies coming together. You would have seen, as I said before, Royal Barbados Police Force, Emergency Ambulance Service. We had doctors from the community hospital. We would have had also some nursing staff from the community hospital. These are all part of the mass casualty response team. You would have had Barbados Fire Service. You would have had roving response and one or two other entities, Department of Emergency Management, who all work together cohesively to make sure that we engineered a relatively smooth mass casualty operation yesterday.
Dr. Bayer also revealed that the skeletal ambulance service at the QEH is getting some much-needed reinforcement. 4 new emergency vehicles will be ready to serve Barbadians by next month. He said the hospital currently uses 1 custom-built ambulance and a specially fitted utility vehicle.
Certainly we need probably at least 5 to 6 ambulances working at any one time to service the needs of Barbados. And it's just not the number of calls, it's basically it's to do with how the calls come. You want to have a situation whereby if an emergency happens now, you have the capacity to respond. So it's just not having a number to fit, it's a number to fit with some excess. And we have determined that there to be 5 to 6 ambulances.
3 men released from prison yesterday after a decade-long fight against extradition say they have no intention of dropping their damages suit against the government. Christopher Hawksworth, Sean Gaskin and John Wayne Scantlebury were set free and all charges against them dismissed. The Attorney General issued the release order stating that the United States, which had sought the men's extradition since 2004, was no longer interested in prosecuting them for alleged drug smuggling. In an interview with Nation News, the attorney Ralph Thorne says his clients have been wronged by the justice system and should be compensated.
They've suffered an injury, not only to reputation, their family life has been disturbed, their economic life has been disturbed, and you can quantify that in money terms. I can't give you a figure, but rest assured that if that decision is finally made, that we will pursue that recourse to the fullest extent, seeking financial compensation.
The TriMart supermarket at Sky Mall in Haggatt Hall will close next month, though the owners say it will reopen at another location at an unspecified date. The close to 100 staff were told of the decision this morning. The Trinidadian owners, Anson McCall, acquired the 4 TriMart stores in 2011. Chairman of TriMart, Nicholas Moutet, says construction of the new building, which is on a site owned by the company, will begin after planning clearance is received. He says it will pump millions of dollars into the economy. In Caribbean news, bus operators in St. Lucia are continuing to agitate for a fare increase they say is long overdue. The National Council on Public Transportation represents the operators who say they need to offset the rising cost of vehicle maintenance. The government has given no clear word on a fair raise. In Guyana, the sugar industry has been described as being at the point of no return despite massive financial backing by the government. The claim by respected economist Dr. Clive Thomas isn't supported by the governing People's Progressive Party, which says it remains optimistic that the industry will survive. The opposition Alliance for Change has blamed political interference for the poor state of the industry. And one brief Caribbean item, former Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister Patrick Manning returned to Parliament today for the first time since suffering a stroke 2 years ago. Up next is Leanne Worrell with the entertainment package, including news about this weekend's Barbados Music Awards.
At Courts, every day we bring affordability, convenience, innovation, and style to over 1 million customers in 11 countries. From homes to communities, we are proud to make a difference in the lives of many across the region. Courts, bringing value home.
Hi, I'm Leanne Worrell, and this is your entertainment package. The Barbados Music, Fashion and Film Awards will be held for one night only this year. Organizer of the event, Ronnie Morris, made this disclosure to the nation just a few hours ago. He said, because of the prevailing economic climate, he was unable to have the show over the 2 nights as originally planned. However, he promised Barbadians a great show. Also look out for our roving photographers and reporters. Maybe you might end up on our best dressed list. Moving forward to Thursday, January 16th, we will have the Naniki Jazz Safari. The event will come off at the Sea Rocks Dome, which is at the Barbados Beach Club. The event will kick off with Mary Wilson of the Supremes and will also feature local acts such as Alison Hines, Nikita Brown, and Arturo Tappan. And tonight, make sure to check out the Full Blooms at the St. Peter's Parish Church, which is hosting their annual flower show. I'm Leanne Worrell, and that was your entertainment package.
And finally, an off-duty firefighter in Houston in the United States made the best of his resources when trying to put out a tire fire on a truck. He used the beer the vehicle was hauling. Job done. So is mine. Hope you have a great weekend. From all of us here at Nation News.